girl Tracy J, and I'm sitting here with my beautiful daughter,
Zaporia Zai. And welcome to the Chicks Cave,
a woman's sanctuary,
and a place where we can talk real life, motherhood, womanhood, healing, growth, faith, beauty, and becoming.
Period.
Let's gather these chicks on today.
Come on in the cave.
Come on in the cave. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Catch us Wednesdays, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for our daily drops.
Yes, and thank you to the ones who've already subscribed. We appreciate you all so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Let's check in with Mama. Mama, where are you growing right now?
I'm growing mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and financially.
Well, that's good.
Yes.
Some top hitters.
I know.
That's some heavy
I'm
hitters.
growing.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. All gas, no brakes.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. What about you, baby?
I am growing. Whew, honey, let me see. Because I got a few areas where I done hit a growth spurt. I could definitely say emotionally. I have grown emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
I have grown. Whew. Right now I can just say emotionally. Because I'm still growing in areas that I need to grow. Because, I'm always looking for the gray areas so that I can make them either black or white.
Stay out the gray area.
Yeah, I try to stay out there.
Either black or white.
Right, that's why I say I've been in the gray area, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to, black or white.
Black or white.
That's right.
No gray.
No gray.
That's it. That's good.
Yeah, so let's get into the main topic. This segment here is called the
Chicks Chat.
All right, Mom, what is our topic for today?
It is mother first or woman first. I think we come up with some good topics.
Well, I can say we definitely sitting up like some women today, ain't we all?
Ooh,
Outfits on cute. Y'all check out my mom's outfit. For one, she finna be 50 and she be putting the stuff on. Ooh, let's talk about it. Y'all ain't gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. She be putting the stuff on. So right now she a woman first. And then she a mother when we get off this because she gonna be ready to holler later on.
No, I don't holler no more.
You haven't. You know what?
You have
not.
Since that day.
You have.
I've been so
I got the wind in my bed. Dad, she ain't been hollering. Marcus Jefferson, if you're watching, Mom hasn't been hollering.
He know that.
Kudos to her.
Ask the grandkids. I have not been hollering.
I know, but just walking on cloud, boy. I know he happy. That's the main person to get hollered.
Oh my God. Oh, it's out of love though. So it's so funny.
So then how does this topic resonate with you?
So I had to learn to become a woman before I became a mother. I became a mother at 19.
Wow.
I didn't have a clue. I was just winging it, but you have those instincts that you want to nurture and protect your child, and do the motherly things, but I didn't get it. I didn't get it right then. I just knew I was protecting what was mine, but just the motherly instincts not the instincts, but just becoming a mother, it wasn't until I got mature.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like I became a woman. This is me because I moved out so fast. You know what I'm saying? I moved out so fast and I was just so independent. So I felt like I became a woman. But then, now that I'm thinking about it, I might have became a mother first because I think me being a woman, maybe I was a woman. I don't know.
That's a great question.
Because I kind of see it, but I kind of see it both ways because, even when I was a mother, I think I became a mother before I became a woman. Let me answer that. Because I did become a mother first. And I didn't become a woman until I was in my 30s. Let me stand on that one. Because I thought I was a woman because I was out on my own and independent. No, I was just a lady, figuring it out. I became a woman in my 30s. That's when I felt like I had my shit together. Yeah, so I'm going to say that. I became a mother first.
I was definitely going to say that I became a mother first because I had to just literally from the day that I found out that I was about to give birth to a little girl. And when I say I snapped my finger and I was in labor and delivery, so like I didn't have time to just be like, okay, what is the mom supposed to do? I just had to go with what I've already seen. You know what I'm saying? From you and Grandma Stella and Grandma May. Like I had to go back generations and think like, what would my mom do? Now, I became a woman probably when I was 28, when I kind of let all the shackles fall off me and was able to just, walk with my head up, with my chin up, chest out, as I like to say. But I say that's how I kind of I had the proper grooming when it came to becoming a mother first. Because if I didn't have a good mother, I don't know about these kids, Mama. They probably...
Praise God.
Yeah, they'll probably be with you. You'll be raising them. Because that's how some of y'all be doing. Y'all stop putting them kids off on y'all mamas all the time now.
In defense of a grandmother, sometimes it be as grandmother who be wanting the kids.
Well, that's
different. You know how I
that's the difference now, yeah.
Yeah, you know how my first grandbaby, I never wanted her to leave me. I was so sad when y'all moved out.
Yeah.
But so sometimes it's the grandmothers who be wanting the kids, but sometimes it's these mama keep having these kids
and then
giving them to
the grandmama,
But I'm the grandmama honey who wants.
But you know what? That just made me think now. Now I think I want to switch. Well, I don't know.
See, it's so hard.
It is, because I'm just like, when we were staying here with you, I still tell Grace to the day this. I was like, when we were staying with Gugat, like Gugat was still your mom. Like I was Bash's mom, but Gugat was still your mom. Cause I can get on to you. You go right in that room with Papa and Gugat and tell them, and then now you done got what you want. I'm just like, I can't wait till when we move out. I promise you, I'm gonna be your mom from now on. Like I need you to get that through your head that I'm your mom.
So funny.
So I tell her that. But yeah, like
that's a hard question.
That is a hard question, but coming from, cause Mama, you didn't have kids with autism. Yeah. You didn't have kids who were battling having seizures. Like me and Willie was healthy. I had a bone, broke my wrist. That's about it. What else happened to Willie? He got burned on the iron. Yeah. I fell out the car when I was little. Concussion.
Remember at the school, he had
ran into somebody in the
and they didn't call me, and I had to go and turn up.
Right. So
at the daycare.
Right. So you didn't have those heavy burdens. Right. I can say that because they get heavy a little bit, y'all. But I promise you, my kids help lighten my load. Even though they know they're autistic, they will tell you that they're autistic. And they'll tell you they have superpowers because a mama has instilled it in them that they do, and they can do anything that they want in this world. But yeah, I guess I was a mother first, and then a woman came after that. But like I said, like living in a house with two women, living in a house together, and then you have grandchildren on top of that. Yeah, those grandchildren gonna definitely go to them grandmothers and grandparents first before they come to right. Yeah,
but so just going back to what I was saying when I didn't know to say if I was a woman or a mother. It's confusing, but I do believe I was a mother first, and I didn't become a woman until I was in my 30s, and I just remember I would always say I never wanted to get married ever because I was so independent. And I seen my siblings before me, what marriage was doing for them. And I just never wanted that. And I felt like, well, I don't need a man because I do all this by myself and I'm taking care of other people and their children. So I was just so, I was not in my soft girl era, as y'all young people call it. I was just so hard and just so determined. And then it got to a point, I remember me and Dietrich Calloway was sitting on my front porch and I was just saying, I'm really tired of going out. Like I said, I had told myself when I started saying either I'm gonna buy me a house. It was years back. I said either we were somewhere before I bought a house. We was out at the club and we were just talking about it. I said, well, I don't know. I'm gonna either buy me a house or get married before I'm 30. She said, what? I said, maybe I'm gonna buy me a house first like that. And so I bought a house first. And then when I turned 30, we were sitting on the porch. We was coming back from a club the night before. And I just said, you know what, I'm just kind of over it. I said, I think I'm ready to settle down. And but first, I want to find myself. So I went through almost a year of celibacy, something I've never done. You know what I'm saying? But I almost made a year. They ain't never your dad, Marcus Jefferson, come up. But anyway, I went through it. But that time, I was working on me. You know what I'm saying? Because I, when you just all I was doing was working and clubbing, working and clubbing. I felt like I was having a good time, which I was at the moment, but life was so much bigger. I was just in a circle. I was like on a hamster on a wheel, moving but not going nowhere. And I just said, okay, I just feel like I think I'm gonna give it a try, like a serious relationship. And then that's when I met Dad. But that time took the time for me to work on myself, and I felt like that's when I became
Okay,
a woman.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. But I'm gonna break this. I'm gonna break the topic down a little bit more so we can get deeper into conversation. So you know how they say, we as women can put so much into our children that we forget about who we are.
True.
This topic can also mean that. So, I know there was a time, you know, once I had found out Gracie was autistic, how much time I had to pour into her, that I forgot that I was also a woman too. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to do the necessary stuff that I would do as a woman. So I think that kind of
you put your mother,
put the motherhood before me being a womanhood.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's where you get lost, because you could be a great mother and a great woman and a great wife and a great girlfriend. You can be all those things at the same time. You just got to know how to balance. But a lot of times we put more focus on one thing, and when you do that, something else goes lacking.
Right, because I've seen a lot of women who done put so much into their kids, like they don't even date, and they probably in their 50s, and they're just like, darn, I done let time go by. I done put so much in my kids.
And when those kids grow up and leave home, you stuck. You don't know what to do with yourself,
right?
Because you put. So that's why I say you gotta pour into yourself as a woman, as a mother, as a girlfriend, as a wife. All those things you gotta pour into each, like equally. It's not gonna make you less of a mother when you pouring into yourself. Because I always say at the end of the day, your foundation, which is yourself, if you're not strong, you're going to be weak in all those other places.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So you got to build your foundation up first, which means really you got to be a woman first.
Right.
And then you pour into, but we as a mother, it's just the instinct to make sure our children are fine. If you're married, make sure your husband or spouse is fine. And then we worry about ourselves, and some people don't even include themselves.
So why do women always say put themselves first then? Why we can't put ourselves first, then the husband, then the kids?
But you always, that's what I say, other than God,
God first, correct.
God first, but then yourself. Because you gotta, God poured into you, you gotta pour into you, and then you can pour out to others.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So that's what I say, because I love me first, because if I didn't love me, then I can't truly love my husband or my children or no. So I feel like you have to God first. So then you pour into yourself, and then you have enough to pour into your husband, your children, and all that. You know, but you have to build your foundation. That's just my whole thing. Not like when I say like put yourself first, it don't mean nobody else come. Right. It's just hard to explain, but I'm just saying when I say put yourself first, meaning to build your foundation and to fill your cup up. That way you can truly love somebody else because you truly love yourself. You get what I'm saying? Right. You can truly withstand the storms when the storms come, because they're going to come. But if your foundation is not solid, if it's weak, it's going to crumble every time. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I mean when I say put yourself first.
Yeah. Well, AJ asked me a question the other day. He was like, Z, do you make time for yourself, like once you drop your kids off at school? Like, do you come home and make time for yourself before you go to the shop? And I was like, AJ, you know what? I don't. You know, he's like, cause you're a great mama. But you're raising two children with autism that need your help. Like from the time they get home, they need you. You know what I'm saying? Like from the time they wake up, I still have to put their clothes on. I still have to, you know what I'm saying? I still have to groom them in certain ways, because I know for sure they're not ready yet. You know what I'm saying? So I guess he was just talking about like, darn, you got so much weight on your shoulders, you don't come home and give yourself like debrief first before you go to work. And I just be like, no, because I try to get up 30 minutes before them so I can do that. But then I still gotta. That's a good thing I need to do now. I need to probably go in at 9 o'clock instead of 8:30, just so I can give myself a good 30 minutes and just be like, whoo, before I just go. Because I go from dropping them off at school to going to the client going directly to my clients. So I'm not giving myself time to breathe.
It makes a difference too, because in my Opalaka salon, that's what I started to do. Cause baby, they be waiting on me at the door, and I'll be getting there like at 8:30, and I don't start till now. But they be waiting at the door, and I had to tell them, y'all. I said, no lie, I said, y'all, give me a minute, let me come in, cause I be want to set the atmosphere and pray and talk to God and set up all my stuff, turn the music on, and then woosah, and then work.
Right.
But I was just so used to them coming in, like, so I'm trying to hurry up and put stuff together, and then y'all sitting here waiting. So I do see you got to give yourself time to to breathe. And when I say it makes a difference,
it does.
It makes a difference.
Because as soon as we open that shop, no, honey, y'all.
That be, and I'm grateful.
I am so grateful.
That be sitting out, and I was like, Lord, I be sitting outside on the front. I'm coming, y'all, but
then I'm in a rush trying to do stuff like, come on, let me shampoo you, put your one hair dry, and the TV not even on, the radio ain't on, it's just bland and just. Yeah, that's very much so.
You got to give yourself that time. So yeah, that was good.
I agree.
But that's why also, baby, because I see as your mom the load you have to carry. Mm-hmm. That's why I don't mind giving you break. That's why you don't have to really ask me, Mama, you watch your kid? It's me asking. That's what I used to tell people. Z don't ask me to keep those kids. Like rarely you'll say, Mama, you got something to do. But most of the time I'm like, better bring the kids. Or I like to get them on Mondays. And then when Tuesday, when I was off, I like to get them so they can come out here and run around. It'll give you time to do what you got to do, so you don't have to rush or whatever. Sometimes I be wanting them to spend the night, but you be like, no, Mama, they got to go to school. But that's why I don't mind giving you the break, because you well deserve it. I know it's a whole lot, because I know how my grandkids are. You know, that's why I don't want too many people to keep them, because everybody can't handle them.
They can't.
But you definitely be deserving your me time. That's pouring into yourself.
Yes, that's woman first.
That's it.
Mother first or woman first?
So that's a good one.
I guess we're in between.
We're in between, but I feel like we should be a woman first.
Right.
And then we can be
a good
that
mother first.
Yeah.
Right. I do. I definitely.
Yeah, but it's
now that we're older, we can say that.
Right.
Yeah. We can say that.
Life lessons. You right.
Because I wasn't outside like you was outside.
Baby, I was outside.
Yeah, I was very sheltered in the house. I just started getting out
because I knew what was outside.
Yeah, I didn't know.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's, and then my mom was so strict on me growing up. When I did move to Edenton, like all that stuff was new to me. Mm-hmm. I wasn't around none of the stuff that I had never experienced. Nothing I had experienced when I moved to Edenton in 1994, June the 7th. I never experienced that. It was just, I was like, oh my God. And then of course, I've been so sheltered. I see this. Oh, okay. I got freedom. I can go and come. Bob didn't check me or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh. And then that's when I just got caught and sucked up in that world. And that's when life started happening for me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't regret it. But I knew when I got out there, I didn't want you to. Right. I didn't want it to do to you what it did to me. Right. But I had to learn. I gotta let you go and grow, and you gotta experience, and you gotta get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only way you would become a woman, and you would know. Right. Then, but yeah, that's a part of it, though.
Definitely a part of it. Definitely a part of it. I love that. That was a good topic there. Well, y'all, this segment here is called Words from the Wise. This segment is for the wise.
And that's me. I thought it was about to pull out this box. I'd be so excited.
Oh, the heart of the cane. She loves the heart of the cane.
I love the heart of the cane. I was ready. Okay.
What is one thing? Okay, this is the question. What is one thing you hope I carry with me from your life lessons? Or I can say like one thing that you want to stick with me for the rest of my life.
Know your worth. That's it.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Coming from a mama, that's a good one.
Know your worth.
Yeah. And add tax.
Plus.
That's what she said.
And price is going up.
Hello, somebody.
But yeah, know your worth.
Okay.
For sure.
Stand on it. I'm going to stand on it. Well, y'all, let's get into the heart of the cave. Y'all make sure y'all send y'all suggestions in, y'all life lessons and whatever, and whoever you want to see on the Chicks Cave. Send us an email, y'all, at thechickscave@gmail.com. That's THECHICSCAVE@gmail.com.
That's it. Okay, loving each other through misunderstanding.
Very much so important. It's in every. You can be mother and daughter. It can be
Any
daughter,
ship,
son,
relationship,
right?
yeah,
Any relationship,
friendship,
yeah. Anything, loving each other through misunderstanding.
That's it. You got to give each other grace.
You do.
That's it.
We done had some misunderstandings.
Absolutely, we have had our share.
Because mama be wanting to yell all the time, y'all. And I think she just traumatized me as a child. No, I'm just like,
No, because when I used to yell at work, when I used to yell at my children,
you used to yell. You had this look. It was never. You never said anything. That's what I'm saying. Like, how did you become a yeller anyway?
Because I went from 2 children to 5,
yeah.
and I used to have to yell at all y'all back then. And then I felt like, you know, you raise your voice and put a little fear. But then with y'all, when I used to yell, and then I didn't have to get to that point, I just looked and y'all just free. But yeah, that's what it is, and I don't know, and I hate that I have to yell. And a lot of time I just be wanting the
I don't think you be yelling. It's just the tone of your voice changes, so it makes it seem like you're coming off as aggressive when you're not, because you're not an aggressive person at all. I mean,
you have to let the kids know you can. I'm not with the gentle parenting. I don't spank my grandkids, but I'll let them know. Bashir, Grace it. That's how I be. I sit. What I say. That's how I be talking to them.
Yeah.
But now, Grace, I said, I'm not gonna yell. I'm gonna show you. I'm not gonna yell. And Grace said, no, Gugat, you didn't yell today. And I told Bashir, Gugat's not me.
Cause he know he'll.
Cause he said I was hard on him.
She said that hard on me. She too hard on me.
Oh my goodness. But they know I would turn over the world for them though. They do know that. But that is so funny.
But he's the one that mostly be wanting to come over here. I'd be like, come on, y'all.
Cause he want me to play basketball with him.
He'll be like, yes, can I go to Gugat House? Like the other day when we was leaving from that meeting, he was like, can I ride with Gugat? And I was like, well, I mean, you can do what you want to do.
Yeah. But I'm not mean to my grandkids. Don't try to get it twisted.
She not mean to her grandkids.
They got me wrapped around their fingers, honey. And I go to war about them.
Hello, me too.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
So yeah.
But misunderstandings and what does it say?
What was it? And we got to talk
loving each other through misunderstandings.
Yeah, we got to talk about my grandkids, honey. I'll be lost.
Cause you know
yeah,
what?
You have to
okay. Loving each other through misunderstandings. Let's just like getting a spanking.
Mm-hmm.
We may not understand why we're getting a spanking, but you used to come back and talk to us and tell us why you were spanking us.
But it didn't do
you still loved us though.
I always
loving each other through misunderstanding. We misunderstood what was going on, but Mama still explained to us
why. But you turned out well.
We did. That's what I'm saying. Because sometimes people just beat their kids and not telling them what they beating them for, and then they go like,
let me say
that. They will spank their kids, and the kids wouldn't know what they were getting a spanking for. You know what I'm saying? And that was very misunderstanding.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just you gotta love, like you say, in a relationship, friendship, marriage. You're gonna have misunderstanding because you're two people with two different opinions, or you might do something your way, but I want it my way because I feel like my way might be the right way, but that's not always the case, and then that's a misunderstanding. And then we at war because I'm thinking one way, you thinking another way, and we can both be right, but we just did it differently. That's a misunderstanding.
That's a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Yes. I was gonna touch on that too because when you just brought that, it just clicked in my head. But like that can either, you know, with us being teammates and the things that we're doing right now, from the podcast, like we got to be able to take each other's advice.
Absolutely.
Out of love, you know, sometimes it can't be misunderstanding, but as long as we can get down to the nitty gritty, then, you know, I think we'll be great.
That's with anything. Like I said, you two people with two different, understand two different views, but in actuality, you're going to come to the same point.
Right, right. We may just say it differently.
That's it.
That's it. People's communication styles are different.
Right.
That's it. Well, y'all, that was the end of our episode. Y'all make sure that y'all like, comment, and subscribe.
All that good stuff.
To our YouTube channel. Y'all make sure y'all do that. So now let's go ahead and close this thing out, Mama.
From our hearts
to the heart of the cave. Until we meet again in the Chicks Cave. All right, chicks.
Bye. Cave closed. All right. Lock the cave. Bye, y'all.
y'all.